everybody, and good morning. I am coming to you today to talk a little bit about your drug and what it's like quitting drugs. Once again, my name is Lauren, and I am not in any way a doctor or therapist. I am a recovering addict. I have been in recovery for, this is my 4th year, and it's been interesting. I've learned a lot about myself, and I know that people can sit around and tell you all these tools and tricks and how to become sober, the road you can take, the people that might help you go to, maybe you can go to rehab, maybe not. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about what it's like, what it's really like to quit your drug that you're doing, that you're addicted to. And I've heard many of my friends say this. Many of my friends that have been through recovery, they say the same exact thing, that it's like breaking up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It's very much like breaking up with somebody. You're so scared to make the first move. You're so afraid because you don't really know what life is going to be like without them or without it. You're used to waking up to it. You're used to it being there for you when you go out. You're used to it helping you get chores done around the house, or go to family dinners, or make it through tough parts of your life. You're always it's there, it's your companion, and it doesn't make you feel so lonely. So it's scary to think, what is it going to be like without it? That alone is one of the hardest parts of quitting drugs. Just saying, okay, I give up. I'm going to let this go. And sticking with that. This drug is not serving me anymore. It's not. And when I say serving me anymore, what I mean by that is we started taking drugs for a reason. Maybe it was because it made you feel less anxiety. Maybe it was because it made you focus more, or maybe it gave you more energy. There's a whole bunch of different reasons why we started taking it. But now, where you are now, is it working out for you? Is it still making you not have anxiety? Is it still making you more clear in the mind? Is it still helping you with energy, or are you deprived of energy and it's the only thing that might get you out of bed, if that? So that's when I say, if it's not serving me anymore, that it's not serving you anymore. It's not giving you what you originally went to it for. There's no more use for it. But you're still so afraid to stop because of the unknown. I feel so bad now. What will happen when I quit? I'll feel even worse because I started because it made me feel better. So how can it make me feel better by quitting? And I will have to say that this is something you're going to have to find out on your own. You have got to take that step. You've got to say, okay, I am going to break up with you now. I am going to break up with you, and I am not going to see you anymore because you are not serving me any longer. Now, people have different ways of doing this. And just like in relationships, sometimes people get so sad and it's like, oh my God, they've lost a part of them when they break up with somebody, right? And they have to go to therapy for it. They need to seek professional help. And this is very similar to what a lot of people, I had to do. I had to go to rehab. I did not know how to function without my drug, which was Adderall. Now, I did a lot of other drugs too, but Adderall was the drugs. Adderall and Klonopins. I never really thought of Klonopins as being something that I was addicted to, but I was, because I was taking them every single day. And when I stopped taking them, oh my goodness, the anxiety was so much worse. But when I was taking them, it only kind of dampened that feeling for like an hour, maybe. And that's it. It didn't make me feel, it wasn't serving me anymore. An hour out of 24 hours is not worth it. What's worth it is learning how to deal with the anxiety. And the medication does not help you learn how to deal with the anxiety. My Adderall that I was taking that because, I needed focus. I was all over the place. I was in a new career and I wanted to focus. And I also wanted energy, and I also wanted to lose some weight, and I also wanted, I just thought this was going to be, I thought it was the cure-all drug. And at first, it was. It made me feel great. But slowly, I was starting to take too many. Now, I took Adderall for over 10 years. So, I had a long battle with Adderall. And I really, truly did not know how to do things without Adderall. My brain had become so rewired that when I would not be on Adderall, I was in bed because I couldn't focus. I couldn't figure out how to pay a bill, how to use my phone, easy things that everybody knows and should know how to do. Now, what kind of feeling is that when you cannot properly use a phone or a computer, things that we are so used to doing? What kind of life is that you can't do that without the drug that you've been on? That drug is not serving you anymore, okay? Maybe when you're on it, you might feel great, but when you're off of it, is that service? No, it's not. So, and also, when I was on it, I took way too much more. I had to take more for it to work. And when I took it, I was really, I'd like to say obnoxious, self-centered, and if I was doing something, I was doing that. I couldn't have any other interference, and if someone did interfere, oh my God, I would be so mad at them, and I would snap at them, and if someone didn't understand something, and I had to explain something to them, I would be like, this stupid, how do you not know? Not nice. That drug was not serving me anymore. I didn't like who I became. I didn't like how to handle things. I didn't know how to handle things, I meant. But I really didn't like the person I became. And what was worse was me off of it. So, I'm not saying when I quit, but when I didn't have any medicine around, that was worse than when I'm on it. And I was horrible when I was on it. So, it wasn't serving me anymore. But I didn't know how to stop. And when I started stopping, I would eat and gain weight and feel bad about myself. And it was a vicious cycle, just like how it's like when you're in a really bad relationship, right? And you break up and you go back and you break up and you go back. It never gets any easier. It never gets any easier, and it never will get better. We all know this. It just won't get better. So this is the way that you should really kind of look at the drugs that you're doing, if it's a drug that you're addicted to. And what do I mean by being addicted? Being addicted to a drug is when you cannot function, do daily tasks, like what we need to do to live, daily task without that drug. Wake up, take a shower, go to work. Are you skipping bills to pay for the drug, like your water bill or your power bill or, food, basic things that keep you alive and well? Are you skipping that? So that's another way to say that you are, addicted to this drug. So, when you look at it this way, when you look at addiction as a nasty relationship that you need to get out of, really nasty, like that you need to get out. And the longer you've been, the longer you have been using this drug, the nastier it is. If maybe it's like a divorce, or you've got all this stuff around you and you've got to figure out how to get it out of your life so you could start a new life on your own. So, I recommend getting professional help. Why not? Now, I know that stopping your job, or maybe you can't afford it, or maybe you can't stop work, or you have a family. So you are a resourceful person. We all are as addicts. If we really wanted to find our drug, or the money to find it, or the money to buy it, we would. We are very resourceful people. Start being resourceful. You need to get yourself better, and the first 30 days is the hardest. Just like in a relationship that's broken up. Your first month, you're raw, you're sad, you hear a song, it reminds you of the person, you cry, all of that. So this is exactly alike. The first 30 days, something comes up and you have some kind of stressor in your life, and you're like, oh my God, I need this. I can't do this on my own. I've got to take this drug. So I need to take this. And whoop, there you go. You're back in it again. So this way, if you are in therapy, or if you are in a program where you're locked off from the world, you're locked off from those stressors, you're locked away from being able to relapse, then you have a better chance of getting through that first month, without relapsing. Because relapsing or going back to that person that you were once with doesn't make it stronger, doesn't make you better, doesn't make the relationship better, doesn't make you stronger to walk away. Whoever says I just need closure, what's closure? Closure should be the last time they treated you so badly, and that's exactly what it is like with drugs. Closure should be the last time you acted like a fool to your family, or you were selfish and you did things that weren't right for you, just for that drug. We all have been there. And I hope that this helps, to see a little bit clearer that it's not easy to stop doing drugs. If you're somebody that's listening to this, and you're listening to it because you have a loved one or someone that you care about that does drugs, and you're listening to this because you want to know what they feel like, well, this is what they feel like. This is why they haven't stopped that drug yet. This is why they keep going back to it. Because it's scary. It's been their only consistent thing in their life. So they think, Well, it's true though. Most of the time we've blocked ourselves out from everybody. We are like hermits at this point. And, nobody knows really what's going on in our life. And that drug has always been there for us. But really, has it changed now? So I just wanted to put this quick little video up to let you know that the first 30 days is very tough, guys. And it's so much like a bad relationship that you need to get away from. Because if you are stuck in a bad relationship, right, how can you ever get into a good one? You know that old saying that if you're in a bad relationship or if you're with somebody, how do you know that the right one isn't out there looking for you? Because you're caught up in something. Well, if you're caught up in addiction, how do you know what's out there right now waiting for you that you can't be a part of because you are already a part of this? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I do. And I love all the comments that you make. And if you guys need some help, please go talk to somebody. Go get yourself a doctor or call a hotline for addiction. There's plenty of them out there. In fact, I'll leave a number. I'll try to leave a number below in this description. So have a wonderful day. Take care. And also subscribe. That would be great. Leave any comments. I would love them. Thanks. Bye.